Welcome back to Biz Talk, everyone. I am your host, Rachel Weaver, and I am thrilled to have with me today Jake Linville. He is a certified public accountant that specializes in providing expert guidance tailored to the needs of businesses and individuals. Jake, welcome to the show. Such an honor to have you back with us today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm excited to dive in because I have a couple of questions for you regarding finances. So what tailored advice do you have for the clients based on specific industries or financial situations?
Well, it all depends on the specifics. Every situation is different. And like math, there are multiple ways to get to the same answer, which, depending on who you were in high school or college, could have irritated you because each math teacher taught it a little bit different. But I always recommend that you take a good hard look at where your business is today and where you want to be in 5 years. Then put together a solid plan with specifics as to how you are going to get there with specific measurable goals so you can know when to get to the next state, go to the next stage. For example, if you want to grow your business to be able to serve more customers, you may need to expand your staff, office space, equipment, etc. So what do you have now and how are you going to get where you want to be? Do you need financing? Do you need to bring on additional investors? How about technology? Perhaps there's tech out there that you can implement to get to where you want to be faster, such as a virtual receptionist. They can answer the phone when people call. If you're just a one-man band, you can have a virtual receptionist make calls for you, etc. And then I always recommend that you hire a fractional controller, which is one of the things that I do, to make sure that you can build your business from the ground up so that it will scale as it grows. Because if you've got something that everybody wants, it will grow eventually. And you need to have controls in place and systems in place so that it can grow without you having to worry about the back office after it's grown.
Very, very good. Such great information because those tips actually are really profound when planning and in your business. So, are there any red flags or common mistakes that clients should avoid in their financial management?
Yes. So the number one thing that you should avoid is not speaking with your CPA. So always speak with your CPA, hire a fractional controller now so that you can scale your business and implement controls so you can avoid having a bloated or inflated back office so you can grow now. So other things that you should avoid are making financial decisions, especially big ones, when you are emotional, you're upset, or you're very happy. Make sure that you take time. So I always use the rule of, if you're going to send a really nasty email to somebody, write it out. Don't put anybody in the two fields. That way you don't accidentally send it. Type it out and then let it sit for a while. So if you're going to make a big decision, make sure that you think about it for a while and always talk to your CPA about it. And make sure that it actually is in line with what you want to do and where you want to go, because there are a lot of different opportunities out there and not all of them are right for your specific situation. And there are, tax consequences to certain things, and not everybody thinks about those when you're doing them.
Yeah, that's really great advice because emotionally making decisions, I mean, talk to your CPA and your therapist, I mean, in actuality, because some emotional mistakes can cost us a lot of money, and we painfully regret sending some emails or making decisions in an emotional state of mind. Even like you said, a lot of people don't think about it, but even when you're super happy and you might feel really good, making a decision at that moment on a spur of the moment can affect you. So, really, really great advice there. How can businesses navigate economic uncertainties and plan for resilience?
So I always recommend having at least 1 month worth of cash on hand, but plan to have 3 to 6 months worth of cash on hand at all times so that you can fund your operations without stressing about your cash needs. The last thing you need to worry about is, do I have enough money to make payroll, or do I have enough money to make it through this week? If you're worrying about that, you're not going to be focusing on what you actually do, whatever it is. If you're, you know, in a service industry, you're manufacturing, if you're not going to be doing what you do best if you are worrying about your finances. So make sure that you have enough cash to make it through. And I
Mhm.
know that's easier said than done, but if you need help figuring out how to cash flow, you can visit with your CPA. I know I say that a lot, but visit with your CPA. If you don't have a CPA, call me. I'll help you. And also, don't go into debt without knowing what you're getting into, and make sure that you know what your cash flow needs are and what your cash flow future looks like. I know that may be difficult to do. Again, your CPA can help you with that. A lot of CPAs just do taxes and accounting. um, Other CPAs like myself that do fractional controller work can help you with forecasting your cash flow and seeing what your cash needs are. um, So I always recommend making sure that you have a solid foundation, and cash is king. It always will be, and always has been.
Such great advice. And really, really important to think about because a lot of people, I think they don't recognize the power of having cash on hand and planning ahead. It's really about planning to make sure that you have that for when uncertain times come up. And I know so many people that barely get by from 1 month to the next and they don't plan ahead. And really, it's just eliminating small little things that can get us to that point where we are more prepared and we have that extra uh, cash on hand in case a disaster happens. So, thank you so much for being with us today. I super grateful for all the insight you give. Please tell the audience where to find you.
Sure, you can find me at bookmycpa.com. It's spelled just how it sounds. You can also reach me at 406-480-6622. Tax season is coming upon us. If you don't have a CPA, or if you don't like the one you have, can't get a hold of him, call me. I'll help you out. I'm always reachable and available.
Thank you so much for that, Jake. We look forward to having you back again real soon. And with that, we will be right back after this commercial break.